We have built a global supply chain that moves millions of tons of cargo with mathematical precision. But that entire system is running out of the one asset it still cannot automate: the humans required to drive the ships. This chart shows the scale of the current imbalance. While there are enough entry-level sailors, the industry faces a structural shortage of STCW-certified officers, those with the training to take command. The global fleet is currently short 39,100 qualified officers. By 2030, that gap is projected to reach 113,000. The deficit is being driven by rapid physical expansion. The active global merchant fleet has swelled to over 85,000 vessels, and officer recruitment pipelines have not kept pace with the number of new ships hitting the water. Compounding this is a demographic shift known as the Silver Tsunami. Experienced senior officers, including captains and chief engineers, are reaching retirement age in large volumes, leaving a notable experience gap behind. Physical fleet growth has outrun the human recruitment pipeline. Without a way to realign the workforce with this physical expansion, the system faces a structural collapse. To understand why recruits are staying away, we have to look at the working conditions. Modern rotations typically involve spending 6 to 9 months at sea, thousands of miles away from family, navigating a vast and empty ocean. In the past, sailors relied on shore leave for relief. Today, tight turnaround times at automated ports, heightened security controls, and strict visa requirements mean officers rarely get to go ashore during their contracts. Instead of downtime, officers now face a crushing administrative burden. Managing digital compliance, environmental logs, and safety reporting creates a state of constant information overload, taking their focus away from actual seafaring duties. For younger generations, this trade-off is increasingly unappealing. When terrestrial careers offer better pay and a predictable work-life balance, enduring nearly a year of isolation becomes a difficult choice to justify. The maritime industry has successfully optimized its ships and ports for cargo, but in the process, it has made the quality of life at sea a deterrent for new talent. Beyond the internal pressures of the job, the external environment has become more hostile. Commercial vessels are increasingly finding themselves in high-risk zones as geopolitical conflicts escalate. Red Sea vessel attacks and a resurgence of piracy mean that unarmed merchant crews now face tangible physical dangers, including the threat of hostile boarding. There is also a growing anxiety regarding the risk of criminalization. If a ship is involved in an accidental pollution incident or a marine casualty, the officers risk immediate detention and prosecution by foreign authorities. At the same time, the industry is facing a technical hurdle: the green and digital skill gap. The transition toward alternative marine fuels has changed the technical requirements of the job. Operating vessels that run on ammonia, methanol, or LNG requires highly specialized certifications. Traditional maritime academies are rushing to update their curricula, but upscaling existing officers to handle these fuels takes time. Officers are now expected to be technical experts and chemical engineers while navigating active war zones. For many, the role is no longer a viable career. Shipping companies are realizing they must address the core quality of life issues that have made the career unsustainable. They are now overhauling the maritime contract with investments in onboard mental health and technological modernization. To ease isolation, companies are rolling out high-speed satellite Wi-Fi across the fleet. This allows officers to stay connected with their families in real time, ending the period of total disconnect that once defined the job. They are also changing the schedule. To prevent burnout, many firms are transitioning from traditional 6-month contracts to shorter 3 to 4-month rotations. There is also a push for culture reform. By recruiting women, who currently make up only 1 to 2% of seafarers, and implementing strict zero-tolerance policies on harassment, companies are attempting to double their potential hiring pool. Ship managers are also funding cadet programs in talent hubs like India and the Philippines, fast-tracking the sea time required to ensure cadets reach officer status more quickly. Finally, companies are offering defined career maps that guarantee a transition into shore-based management or port operations after 5 to 10 years at sea. The maritime industry is no longer assuming the supply of qualified officers as a guarantee. To keep the world's fleet moving toward 2030, they are betting that the only way to maintain a workforce is to make life at sea look much more like life on land.